Good morning, Mummy. I've been wanting to do this for a while and never quite got around to it. And then I keep forgetting because I start doing stuff in the morning and I'm usually listening to a podcast or a video about something, usually skincare. But anyway, I remembered today, so I'm going to chitty chatty with you as I put on my skincare. And then you can see how long it actually takes me because it takes forever. I'm just very extra. Okay, so the first thing I do is, mirror is over there. So if I look like I'm looking over there, it's because I'm looking at the mirror. I have these reusable cotton pads. I buy them from Shein. I think you get like 10 for $5 or something like that. And at first I thought they were silly, but I've come to really enjoy them. So I use them. I have a bunch of them. I keep them in a little jar like that. They come in all different colors. These are another jar. This is a bunch of the used ones. So in terms of washing and keeping them clean, I just spray them with a little bit of laundry pre-wash, and then chuck them in a lingerie bag, zip it up, and then throw it in the wash with everything else. And then it dries, and I don't put it in the dryer. I just hang it on the drying rack, or Steve hangs it on the drying rack because he does the laundry. And then I just keep reusing them, and they're great. Okay, step one. I use a micellar water to just give my face a light cleanse because I washed my face the night before, so it's clean except for, whatever gunk I pick up from my pillow and, stuff. So this is the one I normally use, the Garnier. You can get it from Priceline, any chemist, and it's usually on sale. Buy it when it's on sale. But I've got it in a little bottle like that at the moment because this is just too big, for my shelf. And I just put a little bit on the pad, give myself a good wipe. I do like this cotton pad too because it's slightly exfoliating because it's, a little bit rough. So whatever stuff that's accumulated or come off from the night before, I can just rub it off. Funny story. Last night, I had run out of my regular tretinoin 0.5% from the doctor. And it's a very old one. I was finally running out of it anyway. But I have two The Ordinary retinols going on. A light 2% Gran Active and a retinol 1%. And the retinol 1% is a lot stronger than the other one, the Gran Active. So I know that, and I don't use that everywhere. I use it only on my face, the 1%, and I don't use it on my neck because that's too strong for my neck and it makes me sensitive. And I accidentally used that on my neck last night, got it switched around, so I had to remove all of that and put that in, which is good. So I don't have any reactions this morning, which is good. Okay, so first step is a toner, a hydrating toner, because your skincare products like to be a little bit, absorbs better if your skin is a little bit damp. Especially if you use Argiline from The Ordinary and Matrixyl, that's the case. I am currently using, let me see, what is this? I put in a smaller bottle. This one, the Dr. Lewin's Smoothing Complex, and it's got hyaluronic acid, green caviar, a little bit of witch hazel, so it's got a little bit of alcohol, but not a lot. water, aloe vera leaf, glycerin. So it's very hydrating. It's got a tiny amount of lactic acid in it, which is great because lactic acid is actually very gentle and mild exfoliation. But I mostly use it just to moisten my face and just another layer of hydration, mostly because my face has been very, very dry. And I think it's a combination of what do you call that? Menopause plus, you know, the winter and the heater and all that. So a little bit of that. I put it on my hands because then you don't use as much because, you know, the cotton doesn't absorb. I follow it with the Paula's Choice 2% BHA Perfecting Liquid, which is an amazing exfoliator. Not terribly strong if your skin can tolerate it, but like all of these actives, you know, you start slow, start easy, and then just build up your skin tolerance. So the good thing about BHAs or salicylic acid is that it penetrates deep into the skin and it cleans out your pores. Good for blackheads, any, you know, gunky stuff, especially around the nose. And I have noticed since I've started using it regularly again, that the pores around here have gotten, it looks like it's smaller. You can't shrink pores because pores are pores, but it looks like it's smaller because all the gunk has come out of it and it's tightened it a bit. And then I use a AHA gel. I use it in the gel because I have it in the gel. And they're small bottles because I think I got them like, you know, as a gift with purchase from Paula's Choice. I don't use much. I only use like 2 drops. And glycolic acid, AHA, as opposed to BHA, is good for texture. It goes and penetrates down into the skin and it removes excess sebum and oil and buildup in the oily lipid layers of your skin. And what it does is that, you know how if your skin gets bumpy and you get like texture or milia or things like that, this is good for improving texture over time. And every now and then, I don't know if you can see, like maybe here I've got like a bump, and I need to do that, treat it again. Like if I get a particularly bad bump, I had one here recently. I think you can still see a little bit of it, but it's mostly gone. Then I use the ordinary peeling solution, which you can't buy here in Australia. I bought this in the US. And I use very, very little of it. And I take like, just like a tiny little drop. It's like that Paula's Choice AHA mask, the really strong one, the one that's purple that you use only a tiny little bit. I use this the same way, like once or a week or once every 2 weeks, sort of as a good acid mask. But what I find I particularly like this for is I use it as a spot treatment. So when I'm done with all my skincare at night, I stick a little bit on there. There, you see that spot there. I stick a little bit on my skin and it's a lot happier. It removes because it eats away at the oil underneath the skin, which is what causes the texture. So that's good. Anyway, so then I go in with I've started layering. I think I mentioned in my previous video, but you might not have seen that yet because I think you said you've been busy and not watched anything. I started with layering my toners and my essences, and I think we've talked about toners and essences and why they're good now compared to like 20 years ago. But this is a Korean brand, AHC. You can buy it from Priceline. And I got it recently. It was like 40% off. And I never pay full price. I always wait till there's a sale. And this is a hyaluronic dewy radiance toner. And I can't read Korean, so I don't know what the ingredients are. But I layer my toners and my essences. And I know that sounds really extra. But my skin's been so dry. And also I tried like richer moisturizers and creamier moisturizers, and my skin doesn't like that. It makes me break out, and at my age I should not be breaking out, because my skin reacts to the richness and the oils and it doesn't like it. And so I've had some like really nice, really expensive, moisturizers, like little samples, like this La Prairie. This was a sample. This is an eye cream though, and I can't use it. That was what caused that bump there. So I put it on. I use it on Steve. Anyway, so I'm layering my toners and essences instead for the hydration and the stuff that I can't use a rich moisturizer for. So I don't use much. What's a good way to show you? 2 pumps. And this is thin. It's like what they call a thick water. I think the term is fat water, which is quite funny. And then I just apply it, give it a few seconds, and go in with my next one. This is the Essence toner from Pyongkang Yule that I've been using twice a day for a while. It's okay. I don't love it. I think the Skin 1004 Polmizing one that you have is better, but I got this on sale and it was like $9 for 200 ml from Stalvana at one point, and I thought, oh, why not? I'll just try it. But it's decent enough. And again, it's it's like thick but watery, so it's like thick water. So again, layer. By the end of this, my skin feels very juicy and very plump. And then if I have any extra, I take down the neck. I really should do more about my neck. I don't do enough, but I have started with the retinol at night on my neck, and I think that has helped. Okay, and then I have my essences, and so then again, this is the AHC. I think it's very similar to the toner, but this is the milky essence, and it's like that. Kind of like a thin lotion, and again 2 pumps. And I haven't used this enough to say if I like it or not, but my skin is improving. It's feeling less dry and flaky. Although some of the flakiness might have been the fact that I've started that 1% retinol from The Ordinary, and I forgot my own lessons of not overdoing it. Silly. But yeah, so that, and then this is my last bottle of the Atomy Essence, and I love the Atomy Essence. Again, 2 pumps. And I wish it was easier to buy. I don't know. Can you get it? Because you're buying it from Lily now, right? Because I can't find it anywhere online. Maybe I'll try eBay. So that's all my very extra layering of essences. Okay, so that's all my hydration and acid steps. I told you I was extra, right? And that's why it takes me such a long time to get ready in the morning. And then I go on to my brightening and like dark spots and the vitamin C stuff, and I'm trying to use some things up. So this is one of my all-time favorites. I don't know if you can see well, but it's the Kiehl's Clearly Corrective Dark Spot Solution. Expensive compared to the Korean stuff, but I do really like it. And I do just like a drop. It's runny, so I just try not to get too much of it, and a drop. So that's kind of like half a pipette. Of it, and I use that just in the morning. So I do my brightening and acids in the morning, and I do my retinol, vitamin A at night. I used to do both 2 times a day, but it was just too much effort. It took me too long, and I was getting tired of having too many steps. But at one point I kind of cut right back, and I went back to like only 2 or 3 steps, and my skin didn't like it. So it's like, my skin is very extra. So that's the brightening, and it's got a bunch of different acids and brightening things and stuff in the ingredient list. And I've started really, being careful about studying the ingredient list. Okay, this is the Ulla Henriksen Truth Cream Advanced Hydration. It's a vitamin C. It's kind of like a liquidy kind of a gel. It's okay. I had a sample, so I'm just using it because I have it. I don't like sticking my finger into things, so I have this spatula. I think I gave you one, didn't I? These spatulas. And I kind of just, put a small amount all over. You're probably wondering, I thought you were using that Skin 1004 Centella. You said it was so good. Yes, I am. But I'm not using it as the essence at the moment yet, because I have, remember the essence was out of stock? So I have the gel. Apparently it's the same thing, different texture. I don't really like gels, especially the thicker gels. But anyway, I have it, so I'm using it. And it's, and I have to admit, I think it is working. It did plump my skin, or it is plumping my skin. And I use it after the vitamin C products, so that it boosts the efficacy of the vitamin C products, because the Cica and the Centella in the Skin 1004 Essence will boost the effectiveness of vitamin C on your skin up to 4 times. So that's what it's good for. And I've got about that much left. This is not what it comes in. I've put it in this pump bottle because I like the pump bottle. I don't like, it came in a little squeezy tube, and I don't like what it, I don't like the way it handles in the squeezy tube. And it doesn't like store well on my shelf in the bathroom, so I put it all in there. That's an 80 ml bottle, so, and the tube came in 75 mils, so it was like a bit shy of that. But yeah, I put it in. And I have to admit, ever since I started using it, I have noticed that my skin has become juicier, plumper. But like all skincare, you know, you kind of have to use it for a month or two before you see any results. And anybody who says to you, oh, you know, use this instant results in a day or 2 days, absolute rubbish. And any extra back of the hand, you know, so that I have less crepey aging hands. You can see all that and that, and then that, but it feels nice. It feels really nice. So that's pretty much it. No, one more. Oh, the Paula's Choice benzoyl peroxide. It's this one. I think it's this one. Yes, it's this one. There's a little bit left in there that didn't fit in here. It's a it's acne pimple treatment. And I don't really have pimples. Exactly, I have fairly clear skin. But I have blackheads on my nose, which is terrible. And I have a lot of sebaceous filaments, which again are terrible. But this does help reduce the sebaceous filaments and the blackheads.
Recycling out.
Sorry, hon?
I'm getting the trash and recycling out.
Okay, it's a good thing you're not naked because I'm filming to talk to my mom.
You're what?
I'm filming myself putting on my skincare because I'm talking to my mom. Steve's taking out the rubbish. Anyway, so that helps with blackheads. Because the blackheads got terrible. Probably because I neglected it for a while. Next, Steve. So that's it. And then it's just sunscreen. At the moment, I'm using the Mad About Skin sunscreen. And I put it into this jar. I like these jars. They're reusable. And they're airtight. And they're what they call, all my jars are like those airless pumps. And I think we've talked about airless pumps. So I do one pump like that. And that's for both sides of the face. And then I do another kind of like half a pump. And that's for the top and the bottom. And then another one pump for the neck. And it's dribbling off my face. And then another pump for the, what do you call that? The décolleté area. This is a sunscreen and moisturizer combined. And I like sunscreen and moisturizer together mostly because I already have so many steps. So it makes me feel it's like I'm lazy, or it skips a step, so that helps me be less lazy. I don't know. Does it make me more lazy or less lazy? I'm not sure. And then I just rub it in. Rub, rub, rub. And this is actually quite thick, so I do let it sit a couple of minutes before the time between when I have this on and put on my makeup, it sinks in a bit. They say 20 minutes, but who has 20 minutes in the morning? I don't. And I'm not going to sit around and wait for it to, sink in for 20 minutes. So it'll have to do. This will have to do. again on my hands. And final step is eyebrows. In the morning, I am currently using the Ordinary multi-peptide lash and brow serum. I got talked into this by this girl at Sephora when they were having like a 20% sale. So, but I don't use it out of this tube because I don't like this brush that it comes in. It's horrible and it doesn't apply well and it's messy. So I've put it into this tube that I bought off either AliExpress or Shein or something like that. And it's just kind of like a lip gloss applicator. And it's much better. It applies better. And I can see how much is left in the bottle. Tube is called a tube. Okay. And my eyebrows are doing pretty well. I can tell that they are growing. And this patch here, this bald patch here, I have noticed in the last month and a half that there are like tiny little baby hairs that are growing. So slowly getting there. But yeah, it's all this stuff takes so much time and so much effort. So yes, that's me. Morning skincare routine. 27 minutes, give and take, some chitty chatty and that. So yes, I take a long time to get ready in the morning. Bye, mommy.